What is up, bros and broettes? I'm Inkslasher, and today I've got some DLC 4 gameplay for you. So instead of bringing you 4 different videos with all 4 maps, I figured I'd bring you one big long video with all 4 maps in it. Just that way I'm not spamming you with videos for the whole weekend. And this gameplay you're watching isn't actually my gameplay. A lot of you were asking in the zombies gameplay why my aim was so bad. It's because I actually wasn't the one playing. Unfortunately, I wasn't actually able to go out to LA because the day they were holding the capture event for DLC 4, I had my very first day of classes, and unfortunately, with the program that I'm taking, I actually have mandatory attendance for all of my classes, so unfortunately I wasn't able to go. Normally I wouldn't really care so much, I probably just would have gone, but it was like literally the first day of classes, and I didn't want to be that guy that just bailed out on the first day. However, they were able to send me some early DLC gameplay for me to show you. Unfortunately, it's not me playing, so it's not quite up to par as to what I'd normally put on the channel, but I thought you guys would still want to see some gameplay on the new maps. Speaking of the new maps, this map you are looking at here is called Carnage. Now, this is the map that's supposed to be a post-apocalyptic racetrack, and it's a really interesting map. It's kind of unlike anything we have as of right now in Infinite Warfare, and the reason why I say that is it's really wide open. Mid to long range engagements are what you are going to find a lot of on this map. So snipers, your long range assault rifles, and your mid range SMGs are really going to reign supreme on this map. Even it's large enough where you can probably use an LMG and not have to really worry about reloading too much because you're going to have lots of time and space between you and the enemies. Now, the other thing about this map is it's a very wide open map. There's basically 2 different areas that are indoors, one of which is kind of like a bar kind of area, the other which is kind of like an airplane hangar-ish kind of area, and other than that, there's a lot of outdoor space, which means the warden kill streak is very, very good on this map. So any airborne kill streak that you're able to kill enemies with, you're gonna find that you're gonna get a lot of kills on this map, simply because so much of it is outdoors. Speaking of being outdoors, this map actually reminds me almost identically of a map from Black Ops 3. It was a DLC 2 map called Verge, which was actually a remake of a map from Call of Duty World at War. It's mainly this bridge that really makes it feel like that. On top of that, the color scheme, the being outdoors, and on top of that, the Verge map in Black Ops 3 was also kind of had the post-apocalyptic theme similar to this map. So they kind of have a very similar feel to them. So the next map we're looking at here is called Heartland. Now, this map is a remake of the map Warhawk from Call of Duty Ghosts. So if you're a Call of Duty Ghosts fan, this is a map that you're definitely going to recognize. And the reason why I say that is they almost changed nothing on this map. There's a few skins for different things like garbage cans and stuff like that that does look different, but overall, this map is almost identical to the map that was in Call of Duty Ghost. I would say the one difference is down the one side of the map, there is a truck that isn't there in this game that was there in Call of Duty Ghost. Other than that, the map looks identical to that of Call of Duty Ghost. They really didn't change much at all. Now, as far as how to play this map, what's going to do well on this map, I would definitely recommend short to mid-range assault rifles. A perfect example of this is the K-Bar or the XEON, both of which are going to do extremely well on this map. Another way that you can play it is stick to the main street and try to pick people off at the other end. Things that would be good for that would be like an NV4 or even a sniper rifle if you're trying to pick people out of the window on either side of the street. Overall, though, this is generally speaking a pretty small map. That's why a lot of people really liked it in Call of Duty Ghost, is because it was one of the smaller maps in the game. That being said, Call of Duty Ghost had a lot of really, really large maps. That is not the case with this one. This is a mid to small map, but I think people are definitely still going to like it, and I think it's definitely still going to play well in Infinite Warfare. So the next map we're looking at here is called Altitude, and out of all of the DLC 4 maps, it is my least favorite. The reason being is it's a pretty large map. On top of that, it's got a lot of altitude to it, and what I mean by that is there's a lot of stairways to upper rooms, there's a lot of windows looking over the middle of the map, and that's just not my type of map. I know a lot of people do like those type of maps, especially if you're a sniper, however, it's really not for me. That being said, even though it's a large map, I think SMGs still do really, really well on this map. The reason being is there's a lot of tight turns, close quarters. The only areas where assault rifles or sniper rifles do really well is right in the middle of the map. In the middle of the map, there's this area where kind of the 2 sides of the map meet and a lot of the big gunfights happen. So in those situations, you can use your NV4s and weapons like that to pick people off. However, most of the time, I would say a K-Bar, an ERAD, something along those lines is going to do very, very well for you on this map. So the other thing I wanted to talk to you about with this map is the aesthetic to it. And what I mean by that is how it looks, the other maps it compares to, that kind of thing. And I think the aesthetic of this map is a mix between Tourista and Precinct. It's kind of got the urban area like Precinct mixed with Tourista's kind of futuristic view. And I think that's what they were going for, because this map is supposed to be like a futuristic air mall, basically, like a high-rise mall kind of thing. So I think they did a very good job of nailing that aesthetic down. Plus, on top of that, my favorite looking map in the game is Tourista, so I always like to see something along those lines. And the final map we have here is Depot 22, and I think the description of this one was a little bit misleading. To me, this looks more like a construction zone than anything else. There's a lot of freight containers everywhere. In fact, there's a freight container moving on a train that you can actually wall run on the outside of the map, which is an interesting mechanic to say the least. The thing with this map is it's a 3-lane map. I really like 3-lane maps. I think they play really well for domination. I know some people don't like them, but they're personally my favorite type of map. Now, as far as this map goes, I would say your mid-range SMGs are going to reign supreme. Your Karmas, your Type 100s, aka the Trencher, are going to do incredibly well on this map. On top of that, weapons like the ERAD always do well in any SMG map. The reason why I say it's kind of close quarters is there's a lot of rooms. You can go in a room, you'll pop out somewhere, you won't be too far away from your enemies. On top of that, the hallways that are the 3 lanes are very thin and small. Now, as far as the aesthetic goes on this map, it kind of reminds me of a couple of maps that already exist in Infinite Warfare. But if I'm going to nail down the exact aesthetic in the game, it's a mix between 2 maps. It's a mix between Crusher, that is in Infinite Warfare, and the map Cargo from Black Ops 2. Literally, you combine those 2 maps, this is the map you get. You get Depot 22. But guys, I want to hear what you guys have to say. Which one of these maps, personally to you, looks the best? What one are you most excited to play? If you're asking me what my favorite maps are, there's actually 2 that I really enjoy in this game. The first of which is Carnage. The reason why I really like Carnage is because it's not like anything we really have in the game. There's a lot of outdoor space, a lot of long-range gunfights, and weapons like the NV4, K-Bar, and anything along those lines are going to do very, very well. On top of that, I really like Heartland, and the reason why I like that is because I actually played a lot of Call of Duty Ghost. By no means was it my favorite Call of Duty or anything like that, but I played a lot, and my favorite map in Call of Duty Ghost was Warhawk. So to see it remade, remastered, whatever you want to call it, and brought into Infinite Warfare or future Call of Duty game was really nice to see. Even though not everyone in the community loved Call of Duty Ghost, I think everyone who played Call of Duty Ghost really liked Warhawk, and to see them bring it back is spot on if you ask me. So guys, let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Which map are you most excited for, or are you just excited for zombies? Feel free to let me know down in the comments below. On top of that, if you enjoyed the video, it would be really greatly appreciated if you could hit that like button, and if you enjoyed that I didn't make all different videos and put this all into one video, let me know, because I can for sure do that in the future with other DLCs and that kind of thing. But let me know what you think down in the comments, and if you enjoyed, hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel and like what you see here, you can always hit that subscribe button, as I upload new Call of Duty videos every single day of the week. But guys, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and until next time, peace out.